Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for the San Francisco Out of the Darkness 2021. I'm David, continuing MC. It's great to be here. Great to see everybody. Pretty emotional. Great day. Let's kick things going. Hey, there I am. Hey, again, it's great to be here. It's great to have everybody. Happy to get things rolling. So we're going to get a quick message from AFSP's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Christine Moutier.
Hi, it's Dr. Christine Moutier, Chief Medical Officer at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for participating in our Out of the Darkness walks. You are making such a difference. By doing so, you are raising awareness. You're being part of the movement that includes all of us, experts, people with lived experience, people with loss, and many of us are all of the above. And so I just can't thank you enough. And I want to let you know that your efforts are the reason that we are the leading private funder of all suicide prevention related research. And right now, we have a priority on technology and innovation in our research grants, as well as diversity. We also have our continued priority on supporting research that relates to the loss and healing experience of suicide loss survivors. Because of your involvement, we are able to develop new programs, prevention programs, as well as loss and healing programs. And in the workplace arena in the world, suddenly there is such an interest in suicide prevention. And so we are able to bring our interactive screening program to more workplaces, health systems, and colleges and universities. So thank you again so very much. Your advocacy, your involvement is it keeps us all going. So thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. As you heard in Christine's comments, we celebrate all of you who've registered, done fundraising, and made your voices heard. Because of your efforts, advocacy allows AFSP to continue grants and everything they do for everybody involved. We hope you enjoyed seeing some photos on those the pre-show there from past walks. I know I did. Got me a little emotional right off the bat. I miss everybody. So, okay. We hope to see everybody in person this year. But obviously, as I mentioned, safety is important for all involved. The decision was made that we host this event virtually again. So the San Francisco Out of the Darkness walk is again virtual. We are here. One positive aspect is being virtual in our community is we can still join together like we are right here today, regardless of where they live or where they're at. And I got my little thing here to protect and stuff. So it would be awesome if we could start getting some comments and see where everybody's joining us from today. That would be awesome. This past year has taught us that community goes beyond in person and extends into a space where people feel a sense of belonging and connection. It's more important than ever that we pay attention to and take care of our own and others' physical and mental well-being. I hope everybody is taking care of yourselves, checking in with your community, finding ways to stay active. If you or someone you know is struggling, because remember these numbers and keep them in your phones. Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255, and 741-741 is the number on the crisis text line. You can text the word talk to them and they can help you. These numbers are again 1-800-273-TALK and text the word talk to 741-741. And be on the lookout. I mentioned it last year also, and be watching for the new 3-digit code of 988 coming soon. Another question for everybody. I'd like to see who and where you're all coming from. And then now the next one is, let's see how you're staying connected during these times. I know I'm going in and out of work. I'm still reaching out to friends. Facebook, thank you. I don't say that very often. By joining in today, you're sending the message that our cause of suicide prevention will never be canceled. because it can't be. We cannot let another day go by without showing that mental health is as real as physical health. You're showing others that suicide, which is connecting currently the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S., can no longer be ignored. Suicide is a health issue that affects us all. You are part of a national movement, and today you are also showing that we do not need to be together in person to raise any money, to raise our voices, and to show and prevent suicide. Today is a day to reflect, to remember those we have lost, to stand with those who lived experiences, and to raise awareness and funds for suicide prevention. Our voices together are changing the way we talk about suicide prevention and mental health in our country. Okay, so let's start getting things rolling with some people. I want to introduce you to Jasmine Boardman Trow. Jasmine is a new board chair for the Greater Bay Area and is here to say a few words about AFSP work and share some of the story of hope and healing. Welcome,
Hi,
Jasmine.
David. Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
You too.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Hi. It is, as David has said, for the safety of our participants and volunteers. Again, we're not meeting in person this year. However, joining together virtually does not take away from the fact that we are all coming here together to fight suicide. We are here supporting the American Foundation for Suicide mission and Greater SF Bay Area chapter. Our mission is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Much of what is known about suicide comes from AFSP-funded studies. Our studies open new areas of inquiry and help set the national research agenda. The first time that I experienced someone's suicide was almost 25 years ago when I was 14 years old. In my 8th grade year of middle school, there was a Benicia High School student that died by suicide. Soon after that, my friend Cindy, who was in my 8th grade class at Benicia Middle School, also died by suicide. 3 months after Cindy, my cousin Karen, who had been living with my family and was also in our 8th grade class, died by suicide. The weight of this felt suffocating, and the experience of losing someone to suicide felt isolating. Due to the stigma around suicide, many people didn't know what to say to me, so a lot of people just started avoiding me at school. At the same time I was experiencing this deep grief, I was witnessing the effects that the suicides had on the wider community. I saw that people who had never even known Cindy or Karen were grieving in their own ways. It was at this time in my life that I made a commitment to start conversations about suicide. I started to look for opportunities where I could talk about suicide and talk about mental health. And I found out more often than not that when I brought up my own challenges with mental health, other people would start talking about a similar experience and would often be relieved that there was a safe place to talk about it. Fast forward to 2011 and countless conversations later, I found out about AFSP and their community walk in Oakland, a walk for people like me, for people like us. I registered and participated in my first AFSP event. I immediately knew I wanted to be a part of this organization. As sad as it was to see so many people who had been touched by suicide, the experience changed my life. The community walk was a safe place for me to grieve with other people, a safe place for me to be vulnerable without feeling the need to explain anything. The community walk was also a place of hope, a place full of people supporting each other, and an organization providing us with the tools to shine a light on the darkness. Through research, we have learned that limiting a person's access to methods of killing themselves dramatically decreases suicide rates in communities just like ours. Through research, we have learned that 90% of people who die by suicide have an underlying and potentially treatable mental health condition. We have learned that the specific treatments that are used by mental health professionals have been proven to help people manage their suicidal ideation. And we have learned that asking someone directly if they're thinking about suicide will not put the idea into their head. Most will be relieved that someone started the conversation. As a community, we know we have so much work to do as suicide continues to be the leading cause of death in this country. While we are deeply saddened with each loss of life, it serves to further our conviction that we must continue our work and keep fighting for a day when no one will die by suicide. And thanks to you, we remain hopeful. Hopeful because more people than ever before are getting involved and are speaking about how suicide has affected their lives. Hopeful about a future fueled by your support, which allows us to increase our investment in research, education programs, and support for those affected by suicide and advocacy. By joining here with us, you honor the memory of the loved ones we have lost. By joining here with us, you are letting everyone who struggles know they are not alone. We are so thankful to have you here with us in this fight. Everything AFSP is doing is a direct result of your willingness and your dedication in getting involved. Together, we are creating real and lasting change, and it's thanks to you. I want to thank the SF Walk Committee and their chapter board. And I also want to thank Andy Brudig, who is here running this virtual space that has made it so we are able to be here together. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Jasmine, for sharing your experience and strength with us. We're glad to have you on the board. I so look forward to not seeing you in 3D soon, I hope.
Yes. Thank you, David.
So it's appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to take a moment to allow our mind and body to relax. I'd like you to welcome committee member Grace Oakes to lead us in some brief mindfulness practice. Hello, Grace.
Hi,
Great to
David.
see you.
So good to be here today. So I just want to acknowledge that there can be some really tender feelings that come up when we're dealing with these subjects. So I want to offer a brief practice of mindful self-compassion, just to offer ourselves some comfort around that. Before we begin, we'll need to bring to mind an experience or a feeling that's difficult. For a lot of us, especially today, that might be the loss of a loved one. It might be our own lived experience, but it shouldn't be anything that's too overwhelming. So for each part of the self-compassion practice, I'm going to give you a couple of phrases to repeat to yourself, either silently or out loud. So let's begin. Settle into your seat, feeling the ground beneath your feet supporting you, feeling your chair supporting your body, and begin to breathe just a little more deeply. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And if it's comfortable, we can close our eyes just to help us focus a little bit. As you breathe in deeply, you can feel your belly rise. As you breathe out, you can feel your belly fall. And then as you inhale, imagine breathing in a sense of peace and calm. As you exhale, imagine letting go of any stress or tension that you might be holding in your body. So now we'll begin our self-compassion practice, bringing to mind that difficult experience or feeling that we talked about just a moment ago. Offer these words to yourself, affirming your experience. This is really hard. This is a moment of suffering. Just take a moment to be present with those words. Next, you can say to yourself, this is part of the human experience. Everybody suffers, and I am not alone in this. Again, take a moment to really feel those words resonate. And now for this last part of the practice, if you like, you can just put your hands over your heart and repeat these words to yourself. May I be comforted. May I offer myself kindness and compassion today and every day. And just take a moment to really let that sense of comfort sink in. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for participating in this mindful self-compassion practice with me. This is based on the work of Dr. Kristin Neff. If you're interested in learning more, you can find out more about her work at the website you see on the screen, selfcompassion.org. Thanks so much, you guys. It's great to be here with you today. David, back to you.
Oh, thank you, Grace, so much. I personally love the breathing techniques and use them, adding words with a continued practice with self-compassion. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Next, we'll be joining an act of remembrance with our honor beads ceremony. Honor beads are a way we pay tribute to loved ones that we've lost, a personal struggle, victory. They come in many colors, representing the diversity of our community, connections to the cause. I'd like to bring up Brenda and Emily to lead us in this next piece. Hi, ladies. Love to see you.
Hi, David. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here with us. As David mentioned, today, Brenda and I are going to perform an act of remembrance. And what we're going to do is light candles in honor and recognition of all of the connections that have brought us here together today. Bren, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we're going to start off with the white candle. And the white candle honors the loss of a child.
I'm lighting this candle for my sons, Jason and Rick. They are together forever, running with the wind.
Next, we'll light the red candle in honor of the loss of a spouse.
It's not lighting.
Yeah, just put it backwards.
Honey, can you give me a... Get more light. There we go. Sorry, y'all.
Okay,
Okay, red.
we're going to light the red candle in honor of the loss of a spouse or partner.
Push it back a little. There you go. Try to make sure that you can see it.
Next, we'll light the gold candle in honor of the loss of a parent. An orange candle honors the loss of a sibling. A purple candle honors the loss of a relative or friend. A silver candle honors the loss of first responders and service members. A green candle honors a personal struggle or attempt. A teal candle honors those who support someone who struggles or has attempted.
I'm trying to do this. I'm really shaking. Can you do this? My husband.
And lastly, a blue candle is lit in honor of all of you who are here today supporting suicide prevention. So we'll take a brief moment of silence to honor all of these connections and losses, and take just a moment before we'll turn it back to David. Thank you, Bren.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, ladies. Beautiful. We've always got all of our beads, right? From all of our walks, all of our times. Love you,
Got
Bren.
mine too.
All of our love, Bren.
Thank you, Bren. Thanks, David.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep.
Okay. Please visit our event website, afsp.org/SF, and look under the Activities of Hope and Healing section. If you'd like to share photos of your loved ones to be included in the Greater Bay Area Honor Bead and Remembrance video, the video will be shared after all of our Greater Bay Area walks towards the beginning of November. See a little thing popping up down there? Doing a great job with those pop-ups. Now it's time to give some thank yous and acknowledgments. First off, we thank our sponsors, Sequoia, Cigna, Sutter Health. Thank you to our fundraisers. We don't get much without fundraising. So I bless that everybody does this. Our walk chair, Emily Liddell, and our awesome committee members and volunteers. You're not seeing the whole committee on the screen this morning, but they've all been working hard behind the scenes. We begin in February and we continue on. We will always be here for everybody. As of this morning, the San Francisco Experience has raised over $58,000. Wow. Please remember, you can continue to raise funds until December 31st. We'd love to see you all get a shirt. So remember, raising $150 before tomorrow will get you a t-shirt through the mail. One of these lovely t-shirts. Thank you for helping the cause and helping this event grow. I'd like to invite one of our wonderful event committee members, the legendary, spectacular Maureen Sullivan, to offer an acknowledgement to the top fundraising teams and individual fundraisers. Hi, Maureen.
Hi,
Love
Dave.
you. Awesome to see you
Awesome.
again. Can't wait till it's not in 3D.
Yes, me too. Happy to be here. And so, as I said earlier, drum roll, please. Oh. So the top 10 fundraising teams are, here we go. It's coming, I promise. Number 10. Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. Number 9. Team Jehu, who raised over $1,500. Number 8. Tri-Valley Stars, $1,750. Team 7, number 7. Ajit, close to $2,000. In 6th place, Keep Your Head Up, over $2,000. In 5th, Team Crack Finder, also over $2,000. In 4th place, we have Team Brad's team, and they raised $2,500, more than $2,500. In 3rd place, we have Friends of Fiona Mitsuoka, also raising over $2,500. And the best team, not the best team, but almost the best team, Friends of the San Francisco Bay Area chapter, coming in at $2,700. And number 1, raising over $2,850. One of our sponsors, they're coming, it's coming. Sequoia and Cigna, thank you so much. Woo-hoo. Now we go on to our individual top fundraisers, our top 6, some of which who raised more than all these teams. So here we go, the top 6 fundraising individuals. We have 3 that raised around $1,500. So in places 6, 5, and 4, we have Jennifer Ramirez, the Quasitos, and Heidi Faramand. Thank you. In 3rd place, having his own walk. He had his own walk months ago. Barney Smith. Woohoo! He raised over $2,400. Way to go, Barney. In 2nd place, we have Salia Dia, who walks in memory of her uncle and brother at $3,000. And number 1, we have, who I believe is her sister, walking also for her brother and her uncle, raising a huge amount of over $6,000. We have Ami Dia. Woo! Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, that's such honorable stuff. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Maureen. Thank you to all those supporters out there and our activity people out there on the streets doing what they do, doing their own walks. Amazing what we can try and accomplish. So keep it all up. As a community, we're all getting stronger together. The AFSP appreciates you and couldn't do what you do without your support. Next, Maureen, don't stop suicide. Next, we'll share a brief video about Project 2025, AFSP's bold goal to reduce the amount and annual rate of suicide in the U.S. by 20% by 2025.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm part of the Project 2025 team here at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Thank you for walking to bring suicide out of the darkness.
Hello, my name is Tandra. I am also part of Project 2025 team, and thank you for your continued support of our Out of the Darkness walk and your support for AFSP.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this amazing journey. My name is Renee Cruz, and I'm the Vice President of AFSP's Project 2025. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for walking to bring suicide out of the darkness. Your courage and generosity are truly helping the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Thanks to walkers like you and the generous donors who have contributed to creating a world that's smart about mental health. We have set a bold goal to reduce the rate of suicide in the United States 20% by the year 2025. We'll reach our goal by working on the 4 strategies and the 4 focus areas, which are firearms, healthcare strategies, emergency departments, and correction systems.
As the Director of Healthcare Systems Initiative, I want to thank all of our healthcare workers who have participated in our walks. We know that your jobs have been especially difficult due to the pandemic, but we are encouraged by the continued progress that is being made to identify individuals at risk and get them the help they need when they need it most.
Project 2025 is all about finding ways for individuals and organizations in the 4 focus areas to help support and accelerate the adoption of evidence-based strategies that we know help save lives. We would be honored to connect with you, so we hope you'll visit us at project2025.afsp.org or use a mobile device and scan the QR code on your screen now. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're always looking for volunteer support. AFSP is driven by volunteers like you all, everybody helping us, everybody who raises their hand. If you or anyone is interested in helping us our walks, starting a Survivor Day conference, know a school that is interested in our programs, please contact us. You can always sign up to receive updates about the chapter and activities going on through the year by visiting afsp.org, then clicking the Join the Local Chapter link at the top of the page. Enter your zip code to learn more about the local chapter. Lots of great stuff. This event, I can't thank you all and everybody else. Can I get all my volunteers up here too? Everybody that reaches out to us, everybody that's helping support us behind the scenes. I want to thank everybody for their time joining us this morning. I hope you all have an opportunity today to get out and walk around your neighborhood, local parks, any other meaningful location to reflect and remember. When you're walking, photos, you can post photos on social media. Don't forget the hashtag #OutOfTheDarkness and hashtag Together to Fight Suicide. Remember to keep raising funds through 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to everybody else. Thank you. See you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Appreciate you.
We did it. We did it.
Thank you.
And raise more money.
Love it.